Hello everyone and welcome back to my true crime channel. Today I want to discuss the red flags that have been raised about the parents of missing Summer Wells from Hunter's interview. It's very hard to know where to begin. I have already done a short video on Hunter's video or interview that he has given recently to the ex-homicide detective that runs the YouTube channel The Interview Room, but since listening to it again and again and again, so many more red flags are flying for Candus and Don Summer's parents. I just wanted to do another video just to discuss more of my further thoughts and ideas on what's gone on here. So I did go through a load of other theories of mine and what I thought and felt about Hunter's interview, but today there's a few other extra bits that I hadn't added into that video that I want to discuss today. And the first thing is whether Don was really at work or not. Was he at work? Wasn't he or not? Really weird. Apparently, the TBI checked up on him and there are no records to say that he was ever at work that day. Not only that, if he was at work, he was meant to have taken Summer's brothers with him. Now, when Summer gets home with her grandmother and her mother Candus, they're meant to be potting up flowers and the brothers are inside. But if the brothers are inside the house and they're meant to be at work with Don, how did they get back if Don was still at work? So as usual in this Summer Wells missing persons case, I'm confused, I'm perplexed, I'm weirded out, I'm not sure what to think, but I'm not sure whether Don was really at work that day. If he was, why did they say the boys were there with him at work if they weren't? None of this is adding up. There's so many things that Hunter said that I find disturbing, and it's not that I don't believe Hunter's account, because I do, but the things that have come out about Candus and Don's lifestyle, the neglect of the children, it's all really sad and heartbreaking. So I was thinking, if this has been looked into, there must be one way or another to know whether Don was at work. There must be a way to look into it. There must be a record. Perhaps he has a clocking in system where he uses a card to clock in. Some people have something around their neck, you know, like on a lanyard with a little card on it and you buzz yourself in, or they have a lot of heavy security to get into a building. So I don't understand how there'd be no certain record of whether he was at work. Perhaps the TBI and the Sheriff's Department don't want to say what information they do or do not have, but I'm starting to wonder, was Don Wells really at work the day that his daughter vanished? So to me this really stinks. Why would you lie about being at work when your daughter's disappeared, unless you've got some sort of guilty knowledge? I'm not saying Don was involved, because I'm starting to wonder if Summer didn't come to harm in Candus's care and whether some other third party is involved, but that Candus was part of it. But I'd always believed that there was an accidental death at the creek, perhaps a drowning, perhaps an accident where Summer bumped her head. But now with all these drug dealers that are being mentioned, and it isn't just marijuana, meth is being mentioned. Now, I don't think Candus was still on meth, but according to Hunter's family, she has taken meth in the past. So with all of the drug allegations and, you know, the footage of Candus in the first interview, there's no way that she's just smoking a bit of weed in that interview. If it was weed, it must have been some really bloody strong weed, because I've not seen anyone look like that smoked weed in my life. She looked like she was on hard drugs. So I can't get my head around this. You know, the kid's been taken away. And it's also sad, but I don't understand why Don would say he was at work if he wasn't, and why would they also say the boys went to work with him if they didn't? None of this adds up. None of this was said at the start, that the boys had gone to work with him. Not that I've ever heard. Apologies if I'm wrong on that, but I'd never heard the boys had gone to work with him. Seems to be a bit of an after story, or a bit of information that was added to the original story. So the stories keep changing here. I mean, you know, Don at work, Don not at work. I mean, obviously, we haven't had the TBI or the police department or the sheriff's department tell us that he wasn't at work, but the fact that children have been taken away means that something really bad's going on here. There are rumours circling around that perhaps Don is now taking drugs and alcohol to numb the pain of Summer's disappearance, and that may be why the boys were taken into care. I believe the CPS have already been involved with the family in years gone by, and they were already looking into the family when Summer tragically disappeared. So I'm going to do a few more videos on this, each with a sort of small subject of one bit of information from Hunter's video. But today's one is, did Don go to work? Did Don not go to work? Not too sure. I'm starting to think Don didn't go to work, but why would he lie unless he was involved? Do you guys think he went to work? Have you got any information that proves he wasn't at work? The timeline from when he's supposed to drive from his work back to home doesn't add up, according to some people. He was meant to arrive at the house at a certain time, and there's no way, if he left work when he said he did, that he would have got to the house at the time he arrived. So there's always been discrepancies about his story, about his alibi for the day that Summer goes missing, and I'm now starting to wonder if the I went to work story was a load of LBS. So as I said, guys, this is just a short one from me. I just want to discuss with you guys, what do you think? Did Don go to work? Didn't he go to work? If he didn't go to work, did he meet up with Candus and Summer and her grandmother and Hunter? Or did he meet up with those people once Hunter had gone home, as in his family with Summer, and then Summer comes to some sort of harm? Can't get my head around this as usual. Obviously, I'm looking into the case on a daily basis, but there are so many new things happening. It's so fast moving. Candus has recently done another interview. Don has recently done another interview. I would like to statement analyse them when I get time, but it normally takes me quite a while to do those sort of videos and get them edited and out for you guys, but I'd like to think I'll be doing that next week. But at the moment, I just want to discuss little bits of Hunter's interview, things that have raised red flags about the parents, and this whole did Don go to work, didn't Don go to work, is really weirding me out. So as usual, guys, I'd love you to share your comments with me. Do you think Don went to work? Do you think he didn't go to work? Do you think the boys didn't go to work with him? Clearly they didn't, because they were home, according to Summer's mother, when Summer goes missing. So maybe Don did go to work, but this story of the boys went to work with him has been added at the end to make it look like they weren't left at home, not being looked after, neglect. Just my opinion here. I think he might have gone to work, but they've said that the kids went with him just to make it look like they've not been left on their own at home, would they? So as I always say, guys, please pop your comments below. Keep discussing this case with me. As always, I will always get back to you as soon as I can. But I'm so weirded out by this. I'm going to be doing a few more videos over the next day or two on other things that Hunter said, giving you my thoughts and views on them. But the whole did Don go to work, did Don not go to work is really weird. And there must be a definite record with his employer, I would imagine, as to whether or not he really did go to work that day. Well, I will keep my eye on this case. It's such a sad and heartbreaking case. It's not looking good for Summer. It is pretty much 6 weeks now since Summer has disappeared and still no trace. It's so heartbreaking. I can't get my head around what's gone on. And as always, guys, please keep discussing the case with each other and with me. I love reading your thoughts and views. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. And as always, guys, I'll be back very soon with another true crime video. Bye for now.